Debbie Henson has been very involved in the fire safety camp and these community youth workshops as well.
Hey everybody. So Ryan came to me in, I believe it was 2016, with the idea of the community workshops. I said, well, let me brainstorm and see what we can pull together. And so we selected March as our month, and we've done that for the last 3 years. And so in 17, I put together a presentation. It was a PowerPoint, but I tried to make it target what those kids needed in the communities that they live in. So one thing was street safety, because they cross the street all the time. And it was just a simple video. It was a Safe Kids Worldwide video of a chicken crossing the street. But the chicken had his headphones in. And so the chicken didn't make it across the street because he had his headphones in. And so I went back this year, and those kids, they still remember that simple video of that chicken crossing the street. And then we did car seat safety that very first year. We handed out booster seats for the ones that needed to be in one. We, figured out what size of seat they needed to be in. We got out some booster seats. And then, of course, we covered our regular fire safety. And then we did the relay games. I kind of think about the relay games, and I think that, each year, they're going to say, oh, we did that last year. But they don't. They love them relay games over and over again, even though we change it up and make it a little different, but they still love doing it. In 18, we partnered with, it was like a 3 partnership, really, because it was Parks and Recs, it was the fire department, and we partnered with Turnaround Toys. Turnaround Toys gave reading buddies to all the kids at the community youth workshops, and the fire department, gave them fire safety reading books. And so we did that in 18, and then in 19, we did the relay games again in a fire safety video, and then YWCA, we just got done with Miss Hope Tanner's place, and those kids had a ball, and we did reading buddies with them with Turnaround Toys. So great partnership, and we just hope to be able to continue our community effort together. So, thank you.
So it's very important that the partners that are involved are committed and they're dedicated. We have shared goals, and it's important that we recognize those goals and we approach them in that way. Just a couple of future initiatives. Dr. Little talked a little bit about this, so I'm not going to spend too much time on it. The community college summer camps, I think it's going to be awesome. We are going to, continue those workshops throughout the fall on a kind of a quarterly basis. But then these are the kind of programs that we've discussed. None of this is final or anything like that, but these are the types of things that we're looking at. And even the fire camps and police camps, that's vocational too. That's teaching the kids that they wanted to be interested in becoming a police officer or a fire personnel. These are things that they can do to do that. On top of that, also I want to say, for the kids that are interested in going to college, we do offer little workshops that teach them how to fill out a college application, teach them how to do a resume, and that kind of thing. Managing money, that kind of stuff as well, are always included too. Another idea that's in the very, very beginning stages is incorporating a partnership with the art department at schools to provide a creative approach to the aesthetics of our facilities that includes participants at the same time, makes it hands-on. These are just a couple of examples. This is in idea mode right now, so these are just some examples that we found that are kind of cool. I like the handprints and the shadows of the students actually on there, so it kind of makes it their own. They can kind of put their personal touch on the facility. They can come back years from now after they've graduated high school, college, whatever. So that's my handprint that I put on there back in 2019, and this is just another picture of that. So that's kind of just an idea. It's very, very early in those stages. Obviously, we're really proud of what we do for our community. These programs are a success because of the commitment of all of our center directors and their staff as well. They work every day and have a lot of challenges they overcome every day to provide these programs at a high level. The approach to this initiative has been successful, and our participants continue to enjoy the engaging programs that we offer. The best thing about this program, in my opinion, is that participants that have grown up in these programs are now teenagers and come back and are involved in the lives of the middle schools and elementary age kids and their mentors because they've gone through the program. They know the importance of the program, that it's benefited them. And really we're assisting in developing responsible and community-oriented youth that understand the value in giving back to their community. So that's a snapshot of the things that we do, and I really appreciate your time, taking the time to listen.
great presentation, and thank you to you, Ryan, and to Tanya, and to all of our directors. I learned a lot from this. And one thing I'd love to see is if we could, if council could start being emailed on a lot of these events, because I think we'd love to get out and
Absolutely.
be a part of them. I think there's some fun, great things going on that we'd love to come out and be a part of.
Absolutely.
So I just say great job.
We're going to provide you with a copy of the presentation, just so you have that. And then we also want to provide you with the most recent copy of our program guide. Every city resident, we say that the 9,500 represents every household in the city of Monroe. So twice a year, these are mailed out. And this was one of the things, a lot of times, we get the question, or we get asked, what do you do? What are you doing for the kids in the community? And a lot of people think we don't do anything. And I guess it's a marketing problem we have. We don't have a ton of marketing dollars. We have to depend on word of mouth. And when we did our master plan update in 2015, the number one thing that came out was that we were not branding ourselves very well. And we were not getting the word out to the public on all the programs that we had to offer. So that's where the program guide came out, that we were mailing out. And we thank council because you funded that. That was a lot more expensive than putting this into the school. But what we were finding in that survey that was done was that the way they least got their information was through the program guide that was put into the schools. So we have seen an increase in participation. We think there are many things that have caused that, but we do think that this mailing out to all the households has had an impact on participation. And I just want to echo, Ryan, super job. These center supervisors, they're sitting back there. We can't do it without them. Their feet on the ground. Without their commitment, without their relationship with people in each of these communities, none of these programs happen. Because without that partnership, the kids don't show up. They have to build those relationships. So thank you again for everything you guys do every single day.
Not on your phone, Tom.
That was it. And I can take on this.
All right, good.
Okay, I have a question.
Yeah.
Okay, Tanya,
Yes, ma'am.
do the center directors have input as to the program they have there?
Absolutely.
And what percentage?
What percentage of
Because I know
input?
they would know the community well.
Exactly. And Ryan addressed that a little bit, and I'll let Ryan address that. That's the approach that Ryan has taken since he took the job, to make sure they were.
Since I've been here, I've been very open about the importance of the center directors being the ones that are actually providing these programs. They involve the community with their community meetings. We have focus groups on a regular basis with teens and such. And I'm not the one that needs to be the one that is providing these programs, the information to the community. Our center directors need to be the ones that do that because they're the ones that have the established relationship with them. They have the trust of that community. They don't really know who I am. So I rely a lot on our center directors to be the ones that are promoting these programs, providing these programs, giving me feedback as to what exactly they want to do. I'm providing the big picture. This is where we kind of want to be. They help us get to that thing by offering the exact programs that we need to do based on what the community wants.
So the answer is yes, they have a percentage of input.
Absolutely.
A large
A large
percentage. In other words, we're not going to offer anything. If Ryan comes to them with a program and they say, this ain't going to work at this center, and we're probably not going to do that program.
And believe me, that happens more than I like to do.
Yeah. They have.
And two, if it doesn't work, then Ryan said earlier, we scrap it and try something else. Because sometimes we think it's a great idea, maybe the center supervisor thinks it's a great idea, it ends up not being a great idea because they don't show up. And then another thing that we talked about earlier in the presentation was the LIT program, Leaders Team program. And what happened was, it's the same way. It's like we can't program without the input of the participants. And teenagers, we all know, they want to do what they want to do. So us standing here pretending like we know what they want to do, that does not work. So we've established at each recreation center in those communities, we've established team groups. And they meet, and like Ron said, the actual program guide that went out, the last one that went out, that entire teen section was developed with information that came from that focus group at each of those recreation centers. So it was their ideas. It was all their ideas that we tried to put into place.
I just think it's a great program, and I echo what the others have said. Y'all do a great job in our city with these small children, kids, whatever. It's important that we do work with them. It's not only help them, but help the community as we go up. I want to thank all you folks for what y'all do at the center. And you do a great job, as I was saying, and to the South Piedmont College, thank you for your role, what you do, and the Garden Club ladies do here.
Right
Here.
Now, there she is. Thank you for what you do over there, not only there, but other things that you do. It's certainly important for our kids, important for our city. Well, thank all of you for what you do. We appreciate you very much. Thank you, Tom.
And, you know, I'm just noticing, looking through here, just the awesome events. They have an end of grade pep rally for the kids coming up on May 22nd to get the kids really psyched up to take their end of the year exam. I think that is fantastic. Wednesday, May the 22nd at the Old Arbory Center, from 4 to 6, ages 8 to 12. It's free. Again, just to get them pepped up for their final year exam, which we all know can be stressful. So when I look through things like that, I think this is outstanding.
Well, I learned chicken didn't come from Chick-fil-A. That's good. Great program. Thank you so much. Okay, we'll go to item 2, Belton Tonawanda Master Plan.
This item is a recommendation for you to consider adopting the Belton Tonawanda Master Plan. In 2017, the city finalized a purchase of 0.65 acres adjacent to Belton Tonawanda Park at 720 Charlotte Avenue, and we recognize that property as the former produce market, with the intent of placing a new entrance into the park from this location. In November of 2018, the Parks and Recreation Department enlisted the services of Alfred Benish and Company to develop a master plan for this park, to include the new entrance and additional amenities that could be accommodated on both the new property as well as the existing park. Alfred Benish and Company has completed a master plan that provides staff with a design that would meet both the North Carolina Department of Transportation and the environmental requirements for this property. The additional park amenities recommended were also identified as needs in the Parks and Recreation Master Plan Update Citizen Survey that was adopted by council in 2015. And now I'm going to ask John Wood, right there, to finish, to come up and provide this presentation for you.
Thank you, Tanya. Yeah, I don't have any videos, so we'll be good. Otherwise, I'll get Ryan up here. Mayor, council, it's good to be before you this afternoon. I recognize a few faces from trips even back to the 2015 plan that Tanya mentioned when I was with a previous employer, but I was involved in that recreation plan update and have been working with you on different park and recreation efforts probably since 2002, I think. So a long relationship there. So when Tanya approached us about coming back out and looking at Belton Tonawanda, one of the things that we had put in that 2015 plan was trying to purchase some additional land around the park to try to gain just more frontage, another possibility for another entrance in there, and just to try to make that park a little more enjoyable. It's one of your more popular parks. So we started this process, and I think everybody's probably familiar with it. It's just the other side of the wall and the railroad tracks to get there. So this is the existing conditions that we started with. Obviously this area was before the vegetable fruit market went away, but that shows you how much the property we have, and it's pretty covered on all 4 sides by some type of either railroad or automobile. So pretty locked in. We then take a process of looking at that site and looking at what our opportunities and constraints are. So we have a partial survey that was done, some survey that was done for the land acquisition. There's only a partial survey of the whole park. But through that, we know we have an existing park entrance up here off Shive, and then looking at, there are 2 driveway accesses for the old vegetable market, looking at the furthest one away from the Shive-Charlotte intersection as another potential access. The green represents sewer that comes through the site, so we know we have access to sewer. And then the purple represents your existing Bearskin Creek Greenway along the IB Shive, and then internally to the park, you have a soft surface trail combination, drive, road. It gets used for a lot of different things through there. So we took a look at those. We always look at our soils and topography, so that the slopes, the topography, no surprise, it's a very flat site for most of the park, except on the fringes where it does start to pick up in gradient as you go up to particularly up to the railroad side and the roads. The soils are about what we would anticipate for a project like, or a property like this that's going to stay wet a lot of the time. It is in floodplain. Everything in yellow